Okay, now schools are sects of Jainism, as we discussed Buddhism sects also, because there are certain associated questions which can come with Jainism, with the schools and sects of Jainism too. Okay, so there is Digambaras as well as Shvetambaras, two schools. It means the sky clad. Digambaras means it means they believe that when the sky is their dress itself only. Okay, so that is naked. They went naked. Even Mahavira also followed nudity, especially in later part of his life. And how this group emerges that when there was a famine in Magadha after 200 years after the death of Mahavira, and one group of Jaina monks, they went to Karnataka. They came to Shravanabelagola in Karnataka along with Chandragupta Maurya, along with one of their leaders Bhadrabahu, and they lived a strict monastic life. They did not wear any kind of dresses. Okay, they followed the strict rules and regulations as followed by Mahavira. So after certain years, they went back to Magadha and they saw other Jaina monks who did not go to Shravanabelagola, and they were violating the rules and regulations of as prescribed by Tirthankaras, and they started wearing cloths, particularly white cloths, and they came to be called as Shvetambaras. Okay, so these are the differences emerged. So they went to Karnataka, famine in Magadha, along with their leader Bhadrabahu. Even Chandragupta Maurya also went together them. They lived a strict life as Tirthankaras prescribed, and believe Mahavira was never married, but Shvetambara believes Mahavira was married. And Digambaras believe that when women cannot achieve Kaivalya in this life, because first they need to die, they have to take rebirth as man, then they should achieve Kaivalya. Because they believe that when women do not have willpower to achieve Kaivalya according to Digambara Jainis. Okay, so present even Tirthankara's idols as nude also. Okay, and do not believe women can attain moksha, must be reborn as man because they lack will. Okay, then again another sect, Shvetambaras, they were white clad. The leader was Stulabhadra. They wore white garments and masks. Okay, so that is a major difference between Digambaras and Shvetambaras. And their white, why they wore white? Because it's symbol of purity. And stayed at Magadha during famine, like I already mentioned that particular story. And Digambaras accused them of being not following the right code of conduct, because Jainism or Mahaviras, according to Digambaras, believe that one he went naked, and that is the reason you should follow this particular principle. Okay, so they accuse them that you are started wearing clothes because you have the possession, but Jainism believes that one non-possession at all. Okay, Asteya non-stealing and Aparigraha non-possession. So Shvetambara started having the possession of this particular, and Digambaras considered having this white cloth is a possession. Okay, that might lead to having a different colored clothing. Okay, so the departure from Mahavira's original teachings by wearing clothes, and Digambaras idols, these particularly, okay, so they use with loin cloth too. Okay, so they present with loin cloth, who Shvetambaras, but Digambaras completely nude. Okay, that's right. Some other differences are there, and according to Shvetambara tradition, that is Mahavira's conception took place in another person, that is called Devananda, and later that was fetus was transferred to Trishala. But Digambaras believes that Mahavira was born to Trishala. Digambaras believe he never married, but Shvetambara believes he married, and Digambaras believe that one that is omniscient, is freed from hunger and thirst, it does not require any food after death. But Shvetambara says that one that is he requires food everywhere, and only two possessions according to Digambara, that is Rajoharana, that is peacock broom we can say, and to maintain hygiene, and that is Kamandalu we can say, that is wooden pot. Again, parents witness renouncing according to Digambaras, but parents dead while renouncing collect food from different houses. They collect only from one house only. There are 14 possessions, they have only 2 possessions. So a lot of differences are there. So between Digambaras as well as Shvetambaras we can say. Okay, so these are schools, and schools falls ultimately led to different sects. We talked about the council of Buddhism. The councils of Buddhism led to emergence of different schools, and the different schools led to emergence of small sects also. Okay, now minor sects are there, and there is from Shvetambaras emerged many schools like Murti Pujaka, Sanakvasi, and the Terapanthi. Terapanthi is also there in Shvetambaras, also in Digambaras also. Okay, from Digambaras we can talk about that is Bisapantha, Gumanapantha as well as Terapantha. So small minor sects. Okay, one question was asked about Stanakvasi. Stanakvasi belong to which of the following sects? That question was asked in 2018. That belong to Jainism, particularly the Shvetambara Jainism. And one concept against Jainism we have to understand, that is Bhattarakas. What are Bhattarakas? It's a medieval concept actually. It's not the ancient concept, because this concept came into Jainism by the time of medieval times. It means the Holy One. It means the head of Digambara Jaina institution or Matas. Some institutions for that, the heads are called as what? The heads are called as Bhattarakas. It means they major duty is to train the scholars of Jainism, to maintain the libraries. Okay, so make sure that the Jaina literatures are there. Make sure the people are reading the scriptures through particular these libraries. Okay, so that is heads of the Digambara Jaina monks. And it is emerged by the time of 14th century. I told it's a medieval concept. By the time of MBT, who is MBT? Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That is Tughlaq dynasty. That's the 14th century, and that is when this concept emerged. Okay, and this concept attributed to one particular person is Prabhachandra. He was 11th century Digambara monk. So he brought the concept of Bhattaraka, becoming Bhattaraka, that is head of the Jaina matas, or we can say institutions. Origin around 11th century. This Prabhachandra was 11th century, but this concept got fructified by the time of 14th century. And one sect of Jainism who support this Bhattaraka, they are called as Bisapanta. Bisa means 20, and oppose them, that is called as Therapanta. Okay, that is 13. It means 13 principles, 20 principles to attain Nirvana, to attain Kaivalya. That is a basic meaning over here. Okay, so that is from this emerge so many different sects over there. From the Bhattaraka's concepts itself, they emerge so many sects. Okay, so look at this question with reference to religious practice in India. Stanakwasi sect belonged to 2018, like I told you. Buddhism we discussed. Now Jainism, it's already there. And Vaishnavism and Shaivism. So answer is Jainism. Very simple. Now how the Jainism questions are coming? Principles of Jainism. One concept of Jainism is asked. One sect of Jainism is asked, and asked to identify which religion it belonged to. But in Buddhism, they are asking about the Bodhisattvas concept a lot. Particular Bodhisattvas are also asked, and how it evolved, and different schools related to Bodhisattva, that is also being asked over there. Again, some minor sects, Shvetambaras. So because this Sanakavasi was asked, we'll understand what is Sanakavasi means. Murti Pujaka, as the name suggests, they worship idols, murtis, okay, that is idol worship, we can say, with flowers and ornaments, with some rituals. Obviously, that will definitely be there. And majorly it emerged in Gujarat region. Again, Stanakwasi emerged from Lonka sect, another sect of Jainism. Again, a lot of interconnection, many sects are there. Okay, so we don't want to get into all of them, lack of time. So founder was Lonka Shah in 1474. That is, most of them emerged by the time of the medieval times. Okay, so Lonka Shah in 1474, that is, we can say 15th century. Again, they were against idol worship, no temples going. Okay, and also there was a dissent within this particular group, that is, we can say Lonka Shah. Within this particular group, that is what I'm talking about. The dissent was ultimately led to growing of Stanakwasi. Okay, led by Viraji of Surat. Again, Gujarat region only it emerged, because most of the time today there is Jain people are concentrated in Western India, that is Rajasthan and Gujarat particular region. Okay, so this is called as Stanakwasi. What is the meaning of Stanakwasi means? That is, there are no temples or idols. Okay, no temples or idols. You don't need to go to temples and need to do idol worship. Rather, but spirituality can be done, or you can attain spiritual higher teachings through prayers in a particular halls. That is called as Stanakas. Okay, so that is Stanakwasi. The Murti Pujaka in temples idol worship with flowers and ornaments. That is Stanakwasi. That is, you can do spirituality through prayers in a particular hall, and that is called as Stanakas. And there is no necessary for temples. There is no necessary for worship of this particular idols. You can just have to pray in a particular hall, and that hall is called as Stanakas. That is Stanakwasi. Okay, and how it emerged? It emerged from this particular Lonka sect. In Therapanthi, we can say they also cover mouths, white garment, like the Shvetambaras do, because it's emerged out of Shvetambara. And again, this Therapanthi emerged from Stanakwasi. So most like we talked about Sarvasti within Sautrantika Samitiya, and founder was, that is, Bhikkanaji Maharaj. Okay, in around 18th century, we can say, that is 1760. That is 14th century or 15th century, is 18th century. And that is 13 religious principles are Therapantha. Thera means what? That is 13. And there is another Panths are the other sects are there, that is Bisapantha. 20 religious principles are belief system are there. And again, they also don't believe in idols. Only Murti Pujaka believe in idols. Okay, Lonka. Okay, they also did not believe in idol worship. And they did not believe in idol worship also, as well as in temples also. Okay, so they also don't believe in idols too. They also don't believe in idols. And no monasteries for monks. Monks should not have any monastery, like Bhattarakas. Like I told you, Bhattarakas, the Digambara Jaina monks, who were head of the matas, and they opposed this Bhattarakas. That is, no monastery should be there for any kind of monks. Okay, so simplicity in their own house. So you have to be at your own house. Okay, you have to follow simple lifestyles. Okay, that is Therapantha. Okay, and it is majorly famous in Jodhpur and Mewar, and that is in Rajasthan Like I told you, that Jain is majorly located in Gujarat and Rajasthan region, and even to some extent in Karnataka also. Okay, so these are the three Shvetambara sects: Murti Pujaka, Stanakvasi, as well as Terapanthi.